Greetings, superior beings, greetings, supreme being. We are all the human race, our common enemy is death. I'm 𝙵𝙸𝚃𝚃𝚃, welcome on my channel, Try Something.Vegetarian. Today is the 23rd of September 2019, and I'm kind of shaking in my chair still, though it's a couple of hours ago that I saw that my video was censored. Or censored is not the right word, perhaps. Let's see. I'm not gonna show the video itself. So I'm not gonna play the video in this video because this could contain the censored part. I've watched this 18-minute 26-second snippet of the original video, which was about 2 hours. And I also wonder why I cannot see my whole video. Is this normal that I can only see a small part of it? Or is that not normal? Did something happen to the video that normally is not? Because here it says, we've removed this video because it violates our community guidelines. You'll be able to view this video for 7 days from when it was removed. But I can't view the video, and also in my list, in my video list, these are live videos. And then it's also confusing that I have this upcoming thing. I have to check out how that works basically. But often I misclick on this instead of the video below. Oh, here. Does this show? This only shows upcoming. Oh, this is going on now. But the video, the original video, is not available anymore. So I can't download it and I can't see the whole video. But I presumed that the hate speech or violation of the use policy would be in this 18-minute 26-second snippet. So and I've reviewed this this whole video. This is 18 minutes 26 seconds, and I can't find anything that would be glorifying or inciting violence against another person or group. The first part begins about monopoly on violence, and an answer to my own question would be the Second Amendment basically. But there is no direct or open incitement to commit violence. On the contrary, this video has the opposite effect. It pacifies people. And I wrote a response to YouTube, so I'm not going to show the video because it might contain the part that they don't allow. So then I'm wondering, is the thing that the video was censored over the fact that the title is Am I a Self-Hating Non-Jew, a True Self-Hating Goy, the Self-Hating Goyim? There was this picture with it. I may also use this as the, because I have a feeling that it's not about that. So I can remake my self-hating goy video. I made clear that this is a horrible picture of myself with mosquito bites in my face, also on my head. And well, here you can see the reason that I shave off my head. I'm kind of less hair on top. On the front here it's still pretty good, so if I'd let it grow long enough, then hair would be enough hair as well. But on the top of my head, because I had chemo 8 years ago, that's I don't know how long that would take before if I'd ever have hair again on top of my head. And that's because of the directed energy weapon torture. And perhaps that was done by Goyim, I don't know. Jesuits and Masons, if Citizens Action Network on Facebook is correct, then the Jesuits control all intelligence agencies, and all of them are Masonic, so they are Lucifer worshippers. And the other things I didn't like about this picture is my eyebrow looking weird. It looks as if it's damaged here basically, and my piercing is not in the middle. And well, it's just really bad lighting, bad picture. But okay, this is how I looked when I made the video. And what was my other point? The question is, if self-hating goy videos are not allowed, the self-hating Jew videos are allowed. And how can videos have been shortened to 18 minutes and 26 seconds? Is that deliberate or not? And then there is the why should your content be reinstated required part? And I wrote, there is no part in the 18-minute snippet that I can still view that incites or glorifies violence against another person or group. If you think there is, I would like to know which part is in violation of your policy. My broadcast does the opposite. It glorifies non-violence and exposes depopulators, people who want to reduce the global population. But I used all words, 300 letters basically, so that's why I write depopulators. I would write a lot more if I'd have more space, but apparently not. So I'm going to submit that now. We can read this submit and appeal thing, what YouTube writes. So this part, the part that is visible, the 18 minutes 26 second part, is not even about the self-hating guy. It's this is way later in the video, about 2 hours. And I didn't download this one yet. I've downloaded all my other videos from the channel now. And I advise you all to do the same basically, because these things can happen, perhaps also by mistake. They have a lot of videos to review, and this is my first strike. And on this channel I'm very careful that I don't say anything in violation of the YouTube user policy. So could it be about the fact that this was about a Muslima police officer wearing a hijab? Is that hate speech? If I show that picture itself as a non-Muslim, perhaps they consider it hate speech or incitement to commit violence. I really don't know what they would have seen in this snippet or heard that would supposedly be in the violation of the YouTube user policy. Any other points? So I made anti-population reduction movement. I think there are lots of anti-NWO movements already. Also have the global governments that people can join by leaving comments. People can also Skype me, Prologic999 on Skype. And you can also join my global government, my anti-global government movement, my Spherical Earth Society, or the anti-population reduction movement. So this focuses more on the population reduction, and the anti-global government movement on the plan to get rid of countries like the US and impose a systemic Luciferian totalitarian global government after reducing the global population to 500 million may be their goal. Hence the new movements I've created to see which ones would have most people joining, and then perhaps I do away with the other ones. So I let the people decide what they like best, and without you all, of course, I have no power. Without people, movements have no power. If there's one person, well, it's a lie as well, you could argue. Whatever. I still have to add the chat to the OBS, okay. And how can... yeah, I already asked that. Why it was reduced to 18 minutes 26 seconds. So what can I say about this? So I don't know, what do you all think are self-hating goy videos, hate speech and in violation of the YouTube user policy, and self-hating Jew videos are not? And then how would that be explained? And when I Google self-hating goy videos, then I should leave out videos, I think. Self-hating goy. Is there no self-hating goy video? I thought, well, I haven't really searched well on that. There is one, how I became a self-hating Jew, is found. And it also found gay because it's a similar word to goy. Goy, gay. Okay. Oh, goy. Okay. Why are there self-hating Jews? Stop hating yourself, Russell Brand. Well, I doubt if they really hate themselves. And perhaps it's a controlled opposition thing, the Lenin quote that was also in my video. The best way to control opposition is to lead it ourselves. But I didn't mention this in relation to the Jewish people, basically, only in relation to the self-hating goy, that we should form controlled opposition to ourselves, basically, to prevent innocent goyim from getting killed and stuff like that. There's another self-hating Jew video. So they are not considered hate speech or content glorifying or inciting violence against another person or group of people. How is this not inciting violence towards Jewish people then? If you have and Tommy Robinson in prison, are we taken over by Nazis or something? I mean, I really don't know why they did this, and why self-hating Jew videos would be allowed and self-hating goy videos would not be allowed. Do they want other Jews to hate themselves? Are these non-Jews, or does it even matter? And why are they not removed, and why is my video removed? I still have the text of the video. And I have already reviewed it, so there's no hate speech in that either. And then the question is also, how can only 18 minutes 26 seconds be remaining of my 2-hour broadcast? While all my other videos are complete and functioning properly. Could there be a hacker behind this? Could they use the YouTube system or somebody with a lot of power to do this? Or was this really done by YouTube? And do they ever explain why, basically, if people don't know why it's in violation of the user policy? I've downloaded a video of 127 words forbidden on YouTube. Those are not in there. But this is about incitement to commit violence. And I do the opposite. I've denounced, also in this video, I denounce any attacks on innocent civilians of all skin colors, any ethnicity, any religion, and of any sexual preference. So they can't put me on the same shelf as the Nazis or the other people that want to reduce the global population, that have plans for everyone. Global government, Neuordnung, Third Reich plans that involve getting rid of 7 billion people, okay. But that's not a reason to remove their book quotes and their books and their videos in which they say these things from YouTube. Kissinger, for example, and some others. Professor Bianca was also on CNN. That's also still on YouTube, about reducing the global population to 500 million. With airborne Ebola, which of course is still spreading, the Ebola, Lassa, 𝙃𝙃 chimera, according to sources online. And then, of course, they should arrest the people that advocate a population reduction to 500 million. So then I wonder why that is not happening, and why they didn't listen to Kennedy, who argued that we should never allow these secret societies to infiltrate our government and our schools and our country. So secret societies are secret for a reason. Okay, so I'm now going to submit this Oh, I was first gonna read it. Okay, we're first gonna read this stuff.
Submit an appeal before you appeal. Please review your content to ensure that it abides by our community guidelines. In particular, the section shown below provides supporting details in the box. Hate speech, content glorifying or inciting violence against another person or group of people is not allowed on YouTube. We also don't allow any content that encourages hatred of another person or group of people based on their membership in a protected group. We review educational, documentary, artistic, and scientific content on a case-by-case basis. Limited exceptions are made for content with sufficient and appropriate context and where the purpose of posting is clear. Learn more. Why should your content be reinstated, required? There is no part in the 18-minute snippet that I can still view that incites or glorifies violence against another person or group. If you think there is, I would like to know which part is in violation of your policy. My broadcast does the opposite. It glorifies non-violence and exposes depopulators. This video is now visible only to you and will be removed entirely within 7 days. Am I a self-hating non-Jew, a true self-hating goy, the self-hating goyim? https://somethingvegetarian.wordpress.com/ First, control all factors that control aging. Reasons to become vegan or vegetarian. 1. It is healthiest to avoid animal protein and animal fat as long as you take enough vitamin B12. It is scientifically proven animal protein and fat increase people's cancer risk. Humans are originally herbivores, not omnivores nor carnivores. This is 𝙵𝙰𝙲𝚃 takes less energy and people feel better when they eat vegan or vegetarian, but this is only one of the reasons to become vegan or vegetarian. Vegans do not eat any animal products. Vegetarians often eat cheese, eggs, and sometimes other animal products to make sure they get enough B12, which can be purchased in the form of vitamin B12 spray, methylcobalamin. 2. The world's hunger problem would be solved if everyone would become vegan or vegetarian, because it takes up to 16 kilograms of grain to produce 1 kilogram of cancer hormone cow meat. 3. Animal cruelty. It's not the slaughter itself but the appalling conditions under which animals are kept in the bioindustry farms that makes many people boycott any meat produced with bioindustry methods. 4. Prince Charles warned US about a genetic Armageddon that could occur. Do not eat GMO pork, become vegan or vegetarian. Good, being vegetarian is healthiest as long as you use sufficient amounts vitamin B12. When using animal products, make sure they are bio, organic, eco, or ITs by bio. 37 people have died of GMO. Burn IT with fire, boycott all Monsanto companies. Watch What the Health, a must-see, on Vimeo. Madonna is not vegetarian. See IVU.org, International Vegetarian Union. IVU, Gillian Anderson and Madonna have also followed a vegan diet in the past. Michael Jackson ate cadavers, meat, for sure when he, supposedly, died, according to his kook, and Hitler and Bavarian sausages that gave him flatulence, according to sources online. List of famous vegans and vegetarians: Kate Bush, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, Joan Jett, Keshaw, Leonardo da Vinci, Natalie Portman, Mike Tyson, Einstein, Bill Clinton, Pamela Anderson, Ellen DeGeneres, Paul McCartney, Ozzy Osbourne, Natalie Portman, Prince, Alicia Silverstone, Bridget Bardot, Benjamin Franklin, Albert Einstein, John Harvey Kellogg, MD, Franz Kafka, Leo Tolstoy, Voltaire, Plato, Nikola Tesla, Chris Martin, Coldplay, Avril Lavigne, Jim Morrison, John Lennon, Lou Reed, Zach De La Rocha, Bill Wyman, Billy Idol, Eddie Vedder, Pearl Jam, Peter Gabriel, Brian May, Queen, Boy George, Pierce Brosnan, James Bond, Brad Pitt, Al Gore, Usher, Christina Applegate, Bruce Springsteen, Angelina Jolie, Carl Lewis, Bob Dylan. The list can change, and I left out many vegan and vegetarian celebrities. Use sources, mainly vegan.com, 𝙵𝙸𝚁𝚃𝚃, 𝙵𝙰𝙸𝚃𝚃, and the internet. It's scientifically proven it's healthier to be vegan or vegetarian than a carnivore eater. Do not eat GMO pork. Become vegetarian. Good. Use vitamin B12 spray. As long as you make sure you get enough vitamin B12, it's healthiest to be vegetarian, people.
Okay, I also added to the video, this video is in no way meant to offend the Jewish nor the non-Jewish people, Goyim. Please do not take any of my statements in this writing personally. And if it helps to create universal peace, please see this video as satire. So I've indicated that it's possible satire is in it. So perhaps they could take that along in the ruling. So now I can submit the thing, submit the appeal. I clicked. Appeal submitted. September 23rd, 2019. You'll get an email after the review is complete. Okay. So it's my first strike. Or whatever it's called. And I don't know the reason, so that's really what it is about. But you all, well, there were 13 or so views. I have to check. And perhaps these people know why it was removed, if there was anything in there. Because I'm not sure if the 18 minutes 26 seconds is the part that contains the violation. I don't know if I can show that to other people, this part. I guess not, because this is probably the part with the violation. So I'm not going to show it in this broadcast, and no link to it, though there is a link. I'm not going to copy it or spread it or anything. And I don't know if it will work for others. Probably it wouldn't work if they're not me. So check my channel for other interesting videos. These are my latest. Iran, World War III, real scenario, would involve Russia's Putin, self-annihilation, 22 views 2 days ago. And I think the number of views are not a good indication of what are the good videos. Absolutely not. Some of the best videos have the least views, and people would first have to get the idea to search in the YouTube search engine or with the Google search engine on the right words. And if they're not in the title and in the tags, then they won't find the video. So you would have to use the terms people search on basically to get more views. So I am thinking about doing some other things. I might cover wiki articles. But I'm not going to do a wiki article and then only the article. So I'd have a little review of it as well. I could have a sort of theme that returns, and every time start with the wiki article and then afterwards give my comment or give a short intro. I have to and the other idea was making a show, but then I'd need more viewers. Don't know how many viewers there are now. I can see that there is somewhere I could see that. 3 views already, live viewers too. Welcome to the show. Well, this is just a short video about the removal of the video. And I think it's about another part than the self-hating Goy part, if it's about the part that's in this 18 minutes 26 seconds part. Because there's nothing about self-hating Goy in there. This was about the state's monopoly on violence. And I'd have to check the other part. if I can see that from the pictures. Well, I can't listen to it now myself, and then what am I seeing? I also covered albino people in this part. And the point was that black people don't really have black skin and white people don't really have white skin. So in reality, if you have an albino person, then their hair is whiter than their skin, which is rather pink. And if you have a black person, then their color is browner than their hair, so the black hair is blacker than their skin. And where all the human race, our common enemy is death. That's the idea behind it, basically, that we're all descendants of Lucy and the hominids. Some people think that we are a monkey-pig chimera, because our DNA resembles pork, pig, swine. Closest of all DNAs is used for xenotransplants. And there's a scientist that thinks that, I don't know if there are others, or if anybody is checking it out, if it could be true. And what was another part? Well, I cannot see it from the rest was the outro, I think. So this was more like the outro, the end of the video, not the part about self-hating Goy. So I covered the topic of the self-hating Jew and self-hating Goyim, and some of these people might really be self-hating Jewish people. I'm not saying that they're all controlled opposition, of course. It's not what I think. So that's it for this broadcast. I don't want to make it too long, and I don't want to go into things that are potentially in violation of the youth abuse policy. And I've made the point, I denounce all attacks on innocent civilians, no matter what group they belong to in society. And the hoodie is because my Aura hoodie, my tie-dye hoodie, is warmer than this one, and not because I like the West Coast Chopper logo, though there may also be, isn't it Knights of Malta or something like that, but this is the West Coast Chopper logo, and I do like bikes also. I think that in the US they're not banned. I don't know if Hells Angels is banned in the US. In the Netherlands they're banned, I think. So if most people in that group were criminals, then perhaps that's the best thing to do, but I think it is, I think in the US they couldn't do that, perhaps. And perhaps there's a way to bring them back in the Netherlands. Perhaps they are violating some other higher law by banning Hells Angels in the Netherlands. I think it was Hells Angels. I'm not a biker myself, but that makes me... Well, this is not a Hells Angels hoodie. So this one is allowed then? Or is this one forbidden as well? And I should burn it to prevent the next Ice Age immediately, of course. Perhaps I'll do it on YouTube. What's it worth to you? I need the money for a computer. So donations are welcome via universalpeace.jimdo.com. And I'll be making other videos until I find out if it was over the title of Self-Hating Goy, or if it was something else, because in this 18-minute part I think there's nothing that could be in violation of the youth abuser policy. And the question was also, well, I'm not gonna talk about it now. Thank you all for watching. Please like, subscribe, and I also asked in the video if there's anything in violation of the youth abuser policy. Let me know in the comments, and I'll remove it if you're right. And I think no one has done that, or I can't read the comment anymore. So if you've done that, I'm sorry about it, and I will try my hardest to make sure that it never happens again. I think it would be nice if YouTube could give more insight into what the exact violation was, what the sentence was, or the image, or the sensitive material that could incite people to commit violence and other illegal acts. Alright, so check my other videos. Thank you all for your likes and subscribes, and try something .vegetarian or vegan, and do stuff for universal peace.